Hi everyone, welcome back to Coffee and Commerce with Cascone. Today we're talking about the home goods category. Even with typically store-driven purchases, this category has seen and continues to see massive demand online since stay-at-home orders were put into place months ago. Joining me today is Justin Roisman, Director of Digital Marketing at City Furniture, who is experiencing this shift firsthand. Justin, thank you for joining me today.
Absolutely. Hey, Sarah, thank you for having me.
So Justin, talk to me about how your team approached the transition from this brick and mortar digital world to a completely digital environment.
Sure. So we were lucky enough that our executive team had the foresight early on in March to put some of the preparations in place early to get us in good position to react to all these changes as they were happening. So very quickly we were able to shift dollars as needed to digital marketing where we wanted to be able to drive customers to our website. We were able to fast track programs online that would help us serve our customer best as we saw an increase in traffic when folks weren't able to reach our physical stores. And it made it really easy for us to kind of move where we needed to be quickly. Something that helped us be in a good position to take advantage of this change.
So I've heard you tell me before, City Furniture considers themselves a tech company that sells furniture. So talk to me a little bit about what that means and how operationally that did set you up for success.
Sure. So, we've been in the furniture business for almost 50 years in South Florida. We started traditionally as a waterbed company, made a transition early on to understand that the waterbed industry may have been seeing a little bit of an outtrend, expanded to full line furniture in the mid-90s. We took the opportunity then as we pivoted, and we never really stopped moving. We've always kind of been in the forefront of understanding how technology can offer a better experience for our customer. Very early on, we made a shift from having the traditional, checkout desks in the back of the showroom that are dimly lit, where the associate goes over all the terms and like restrictions of your purchase, and you think you're done, and it goes on for another hour. We made that shift. All the associates in our stores complete the transaction on an iPad where they actually sit on the sofa or at the dining table that you're buying with you to go through those final steps of your purchase. So you're enjoying your purchase before you even know it. That same mindset has kind of played through our entire business where we, even before this pandemic, had a focus on delivering the best digital experience possible so that we could get as close online as we could to what the experience is in stores for our customers. And that same mindset flows through all the operational divisions of our company, whether it's the warehouse, customer care, obviously we mentioned sales and digital marketing as well.
So talk to me a little bit more about that. I think it's really cool that City Furniture seems like an adopter of this digital first mindset, even pre-pandemic. What we're seeing a lot of brands do now is shift organizationally and culturally to kind of fit that mindset. And it is requiring a restructuring, a rethinking of the way they do marketing. Tell me a little bit more about what that means culturally for City Furniture so that our viewers can kind of take that and do with what they will to kind of make that shift as well.
Sure. I actually, if I could correct you, I wouldn't use the words digital first. Even during this pandemic and as we went to digital only, it wasn't digital first. Our goal is in everything we do to maintain a customer focus. It's one of the core values of our company. And what that means is being able to serve and service the customer's needs wherever that is, whether it's digitally or it's in store. Most times it's a combination of both. We know that buying furniture is not something that most people take lightly. You sit on your couch, your sofa, you sleep on your bed more than anything else. There's a lot of thought that goes into that. You want to make sure you make the right decision. So that might mean multiple visits to our website, multiple visits to our showrooms, in order to push, in order to get the comfort level that you need to actually pull the trigger and make that transaction happen. So for us, that customer focus, all it did was kind of shift to what the customers needed during this pandemic. So it wasn't necessarily that we went to digital first. But now that our showrooms were closed by county or state ordinance for a short period of time, we made sure that we had a higher level of service available for virtual appointments, utilizing iPads, like I said, in store. Chat online with sales representatives who really understood the product and could help you kind of shape whatever room experience you're trying to complete. Phone calls, a 15-hour window a day, I think 7 a.m. to midnight, you could call and speak to a live person to help solve your furniture problems. Not because we were digital first or remote first, but because we had that customer focus.
I love that, Justin. I think you hit the nail on the head, and I feel like I'm even guilty of it. The industry has kind of gone away from this, the customers at the center of everything, and it's almost led with the product first versus what does the customer want? What are they saying they need? What are the signals they're giving me to be able to offer the right product, the right offer? Whether that's digitally, whether that's in store, how are they looking to have that experience? So the fact that you guys are set up where the customer is at the center of everything, I think is the best piece of advice you can give other brands that are trying to shift, and the conduit to which they're doing this is digital. And, we're even seeing this shift happen organizationally with some brands having the chief customer officer being the ultimate leader, where stores and digital and everyone reports into them, because at the end of the day it's getting to the consumer. So as we wrap up, I'd love to hear, you hit upon a lot of this already, but you're in a competitive space. And you're potentially coming up against brands like Wayfair, who are one of the top retailers in the world right now. How do you differentiate? And do you even put yourself in the same category as Wayfair?
Sure. I mean, there are significant ways that we differ from retailers like that. Obviously, when it comes to the physical experience, we believe that we're second to none. I encourage you, post-pandemic, if you're down in Florida, I'll take you on a tour of one of our showrooms. They really can't be beat. We have, more variety, more, a better personal experience than really you can get online or in any other showroom for the most part around the country. So we pride ourselves on that. And when it comes to digital, we try to translate as much of that as possible to the digital space so we can offer that same experience. And at the same time, right now we're a Florida company. We are a company of your neighbors, of your friends. We see you at the grocery store. And so for us, we're part of this community. We have been, like I mentioned, for 50 years. And so we always make sure that we have that same mindset flow through everything we do, of giving back, of participating in the community, of being a partner, so that it's not just furniture. It's, in some instances, furniture with a purpose. We have some programs that promote environmental sustainability. We have some programs that tie to our giving pledge for philanthropic efforts that are not just local either. They affect nationally as well. Right now we're in the midst of our breast cancer awareness campaign for the month of October that will hopefully raise a significant amount of money for cancer research, which is something that, maybe you can get cheaper options somewhere, but that total package of bringing it all together is something that's fairly unique that we're able to offer.
It does seem like City Furniture has tapped into this authentic connection with their customer and the community. And you made a good point. It might not always be the cheapest, but I do find that I think consumers are shifting away from this idea of just price and convenience, and more about the value, connecting
Sure.
to the mission, and being much more invested in the brand itself versus just the product. So that's really cool to hear. Well, Justin, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Sarah.
And thank you, everyone. And thank you for joining Coffee and Commerce with Cascone.